Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to October 13th, the day Mercury goes retrograde. I almost feel like in 2020, that means we're going to get some clarity. It's sort of like the retrogrades have sought to reveal everything about retrograde, right? Reveal. I believe this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is going to be very powerful, revealing energy. I'm going to use some new decks today, so welcome in. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you like the content I make, please like, subscribe, and share. And also make sure to hit the little notification button, because over the course of the winter, especially around the solstice in December, we're going to be doing some random live readings. You know, people can ask questions, picking cards, things like that. So we're going to do a lot of different stuff in the winter. I feel like it's going to be important. So please, if you have subscribed, please hit that notification button so you're knowing when these lives are happening. Okay? All right, so let's get back to it. I'm using some different decks. I tried to use all new decks, and it's kind of interesting that what I was feeling when I was using all new decks was this kind of dissociation, right, from the energy of the story. It was almost like when you first learn a new language and you automatically translate it back into whatever your native tongue is before you figure out what the word means, before you're not really thinking in the other language yet. And that says to me that some of these new decks are super powerful. There's a brand new language coming through them. Our good friend Kevin sent me a couple of new decks, which I will be peppering in as soon as I get used to it. This is John Bauer's Tarot, and then the Fountain, which is a very amazing deck. Also, a big departure from what you normally see on this channel. And right now I'm going to be using something that I purchased because you all are empaths and healers and teachers. This is called the Empathic Oracle. All right, I have no connection with this person at all. I just really like the imagery. So in the extended, if you want to continue on with me, I'm going to be using the Awakened Soul as part of the reading in the extended, okay? So let's get going. Lots of interesting messages coming through about being your authentic self. Being in high vibration is about being in alignment with your soul. It's not about some like fakey, oh, I'm so optimistic all the time. That is not real. Okay, that's just not real. Shielding. I'll share with you the information on these cards. Your story. All right, here we go. Your story. Chaos. Okay, I know that this is... The chaos is about releasing. And I feel like there are some of you who are hiding your true story from light, keeping yourself behind a shield. Thank you for this. Keeping yourself behind a shield. Expressing yourself in new ways. The chaos can be about releasing and letting go of anything that you've been stuffing down. This is about Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. So things can get, these are all things that have been hidden under the rug. So chaos can be when things come out, right? When things get shown, right? When your authentic self, your true self, your aligned self, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. It's not about good or bad. It's not about light or dark. There's no duality here. There's just this soul energy. Okay, and I feel like in this chaos moment, this is when the true nature of things is going to be released. All right. How many times do we hold on to beliefs, people, or situations, all from a perceived fear of letting go? When do we realize, most times because of our energy of control, that we no longer can sustain the inevitable? We soon realize our fears were hindering our ability to see a deeper opportunity to be plucked from the chaos. The universe always provides. So this is about people holding on to their story of who they are. Okay, all of us have a story of who we are. We've all created something as, presentable to the world. Other people can see us in this particular way. Sometimes it gets very upsetting when people see through that. But here's, I got to tell you, authenticity, true authenticity is being able to understand, and this is kind of an interesting topic to go down a rabbit hole on. When people judge you for who you are, who you're even showing to the world, some people can see through, right? See right through and see, you know, and you guys can do this, you're empaths, you're light workers, you're all manner of light beings, and seeing through people's story into the chaos of them holding on to a certain way of being seen in the world. Okay, there's a lot today in these readings about being seen, about being your authentic self, about people now as we move forward into the age of Aquarius. There will no longer be any lies. Going to be just seeing right through people. There's not going to be, no one will be able to construct that strong of a boundary, a shell or a shield to diminish the truth that's going on behind the shield. Okay, so in some ways that's, let's use duality terminology, that's good because your light needs to shine. All right, that's one of the reasons we have this channel, is about helping to point in the direction. That's all I'm able to do, really. Point in the direction for you to uncover your true nature and let that shine. A lot of times things go on in our childhood that make us feel like we can't show our true selves. All right. Yep. People are manipulative. 5 of Swords underneath. Manipulative. 8 of Pentacles. King of Wands. 6 of Wands. Death. There's Scorpio. 9 of Cups. 2 of Wands. 5 of Cups. World. 7 of Swords. There's the lies. Lies and deception. 7 of Swords and 5 of Swords here. Lies and deception. I'm seeing Aries, Leo, Sag. Definitely fire signs here. It can be about your presenting your impassioned nature to the world. I feel like some of you have had to deal with disappointment and loss and lies and manipulations for such a long time. Sometimes it's hard to really see the difference. It's hard to really separate the story of you from the story of what happened to you. Okay? Like I used to talk about my friend who had breast cancer, and that became her identity, as opposed to her perceiving it like a car accident. Like it's a thing that had a moment in time that I survived, and you know, this is my, you know, the way she tells her story, it's sort of like that became her identity. And she did succumb to the disease, it returned, and I guess it made me feel like I wish she had let that go out of her story, because that's not who she was. It was just it was a situation that occurred in her life, right? So I feel like some of you are identified with your work. That's who you think you are. Some of you are identified with your family. That's who you think you are. Some of you are identified with your some kind of thing that you do that other people know you for. Okay? And that's not really who you are. That is a thing you do. That is an experience you have. That is a family you were born into. Whatever it is. But it's not you. It's not the true authentic self. Okay? It's not the true authentic self. So what is going to be happening right now is a death of the thing that you're showing to the world. Especially in the sense, and this is not, it is a death of a thing that you're showing to the world if it's causing your story to become a shield. All right? If it's causing the story of how you introduce yourself, how you talk about yourself, if it's becoming a shield, that's the thing that needs to go away. Other people need to see the true nature of the self. Okay? There's one kind of person that we've created, and this comes from childhood over the course of our life, that we think is acceptable. Okay? And what is not acceptable? And who told you that? right? Other people. So I'm going to get clarity around the Five of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. I also feel like what you're doing here is you're enabling your true nature, the true fire that's within you, okay, to come forward, either in your work or in your life of some way, overcoming this story that you might have had about yourself that you're not worthy of love or worthy of abundance or worthy of having a abundant life, worthy of having you know, a nice family, worthy, whatever it is that you're wanting to create in this world. I feel like a lot of you are on this path, this spiritual path, and there can be this sense of I'm juggling, I'm in duality here. Okay, I have a kind of life that I want to live and a kind of life that I do live. I'm having an experience of creating this persona, and this is who this group of people think I am. I create this persona, and this is who this group of people think I am, right? Very few people know the actual real you. Very few people. But I have a sense that this, what's coming here in Scorpio time, in this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio time, what's coming here is going to uncover, right? That's what happens. It's like releasing the bats out of the cave, right? It's releasing all those lies and manipulations and hurts, whatever you're identifying with that is holding you back from any of those things in your life, and now creating a new story. Okay? Releasing that from the past, which holds you back, and other people see you as, because you've been okay with it, or because that's what all you think you are capable of, or whatever it is. Let me clarify the Five of Swords here. Moon. Deceit. Okay. Oh, Five of Pentacles. Hermit. The deceit of the past. Okay, the Five of Swords, the Moon, fear, Five of Pentacles, the lack mentality. All of these things are informing you as a teacher, a healer, and a guide. Everything that you've gone through, it's not that that's who you are, but those collected pieces of information you can stitch together into a quilt that becomes very powerful information for other people. Okay, as a hermit, as a guide, a healer, a teacher. Five of Cups, clarify Five of Cups. Eight of Cups, Wheel, Ace of Cups. So walking away, wow, walking away from previous relationships. So this is all about like everything that has happened in your life, any disappointments in love, you need to move on from. Eight of Cups, Wheel, Ace of Cups. Okay, Queen of Swords. You need to see those disappointments not as that's who you are, but that's you see how you've crafted, you've woven together this quilt, this story of the person you've put forward into the world, and it's time to create a new story. Because a lot of these things were lies, or it was a result of other people's stuff, and you just accepted it as truth. Clarification of the Seven of Swords, Fool, Two of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. So this can be about accepting cheating or third parties in your life as if you had no power, as if you had no reason to stop it, or you were powerless to stop it in some way, or that you didn't have an active role in choosing that, right? Just relinquishing it and forgetting about it and going to the next thing and to the next thing. I feel like the moving away from those things are making you more powerful. Nine of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles, moving into this energy of togetherness, power, confidence, self-confidence, feeling stable, feeling loved, away from the disappointments, the hurts, the past lovers that didn't work out, away from the people who are manipulating you or firing you, or you're afraid of something. You're afraid of people taking advantage of you. All right, all of these things, how has that been written into the story of who you think you are? Okay, so this is a one of those big readings. And it's also serving to, let's use some more duality. A shield can either keep people away or keep you protected. Okay, there's positive to every card here on the table and in the deck, to every experience. There's a duality to it. So if we're looking at the nature of non-duality, what we're talking about is nothing has a positive or a negative connotation. But by giving things labels of positive and negative, and either accepting them or rejecting them or keeping them in your story, or omitting them from your story. If you cheated on somebody in the past, if you were the one who manipulated somebody, if you were the one who, was the perpetrator of any of this stuff, not just the receiver, or both. Okay? There's no positive, negative. I feel like that's the nature of the beast right now, is that things can have multiple meanings. And also, this is about your story. How are you creating multiple meanings for yourself that's clouding your ability to move forward in love, in money, in abundance, in career, in any way, shape, or form? It all goes back to, you're either using your story as a shield to protect yourself or to keep other people from knowing who you are. Which is it? Or is it both? It can be both, okay? It can be both. So I'm going to continue on here. If you're on Patreon, you're going to continue on with me. If this reading had resonance for you, the link is below for you. This really feels big to me today. That's every day, but somehow, I don't know, somehow this feels bigger to me.